Well, Emerson, I'm Charles Collins, and this is my wife, Carol.
Yes.
And today we're going to do your oral history.
My oral history?
Mm-hmm.
What oral history?
Well, we're going to start right from the day you were born.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there, really,
Yes, you
when I
were.
was born.
You and your
Bad
mother
memory.
both were there.
Oh, we were?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that.
That's one day that you had to be with your mother, right?
That one day.
Okay, Emerson. So you was born in November of 1922,
Yeah,
on the 5th day.
on the 5th day. Guess what it was? Election day, they tell me.
November
Really?
5th.
Yeah.
That's right.
How
That's
about
right.
that?
I should have been a politician,
Yeah,
but I can't be a crooked politician.
you're not crooked, huh?
I can't be crooked.
So was you born at home or in the hospital?
I don't know.
Well, most of them back there is born at home.
Must have been.
Yeah, some of
But
them.
I don't really know.
Your memory isn't too good on that,
Not that day, huh?
huh? Okay.
I never heard.
Uh-huh.
Never told you, huh?
Never told me.
I'll be darned. Emerson, where were you born?
Well, in Michigan.
Whereabouts?
Well, a little town.
What was the name of it?
What's the name of it? Well, I don't know. Well, I can tell you this. It was a little town called Hubbardston.
Hubbard?
And you can have it.
Okay. Thank you. You've
Must not be
been,
very good.
Huh?
Must not be a very good town.
It wasn't when I was there.
Where's it located at?
Where's it located?
yeah, where's
Uh-huh.
it, what's it near?
In Michigan,
Yeah.
near Carson City.
Oh, okay. Sure.
You know where Carson City is?
Yeah.
Which one do you know?
I don't know, one of them. Is there two?
Huh?
There's a Carson City, Nevada,
That's what I mean. Is that one?
and a
Or-
Carson City, Michigan.
Oh, there is?
Yeah,
Okay. Then that one must be the one.
must be, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Well, tell us what you remember before you went to school.
I can't remember too much, but I had some kids next door that I played with quite a lot, and they was the McGinn kids.
Okay. What did you play?
What did we play? Jolly, don't ask me now. I can't tell you what we played.
But
I guess, like Roy Rogers and Buck Rogers and
you
stuff like that, I
Cowboy
guess.
and Indians, huh?
Huh?
Cowboy
Cowboys
and
and
Indians.
Indians. Yeah. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Emerson, where did you start school at?
Where did I start the school at? Well, what's the name of my town?
Carson City.
No, close. Something starts with an H.
Oh.
Lord.
How do you spell that town?
How do I spell it?
Yeah.
Jolly, you got a map so I can read it?
So the
H-U-
transcriber's going to want to know that.
Hubbardston.
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 Ton.
Ton. T-O-N.
Right,
Hubbardston.
right.
Okay.
Okay. Near Carson City.
Right, it is.
Okay.
6 miles.
6 miles. Did you have to walk it
Walk what?
from one to the other?
No, I never had to walk it.
Okay. Emerson, what kind of a school building did you go to?
Well, a brick schoolie.
Was it?
A brick one. The other one had burnt down a few years before. I don't know whether, I think it was before I was born. That it was,
Don't
It
remember
burnt
that
down.
though, huh?
huh?
So you don't
Because
remember.
my dad was going to school about that time when it burnt down.
Okay.
And
hmm
That's one of the things that did. Of course, I've got a picture of it someplace in my archive someplace.
Emerson, what was your dad's name?
Well, everybody called him Skip,
Skip, okay.
but his real name was Elmer.
Okay. That's a good name.
It is?
I like that name, Elmer.
Oh, is that not your name,
Yep.
is it?
Yes, that's my middle name.
Middle name. Well, that's my middle name.
All right. Well,
Must be pretty
you
good.
must have got it before I.
Well, it could be.
So it must be I was named after you.
No, I don't think he was named after me. He was named before me.
Oh, I was named after you.
Oh, well, that could be.
Oh,
You
Emerson.
couldn't have found a better person to be
That's right.
named
That's
after.
right.
You
And if
bet.
you don't
Right.
believe it, ask me.
Yeah.
What did your
Okay.
father do?
My father?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's hard to tell you. Sometimes he was a farmer, and other times he was a roofer. He was a roofer up until World War II came on. And then he couldn't get his roofing material anymore because it was steel.
Okay.
And that's what he put on. But he guaranteed his roofs for life if you painted them.
Yes.
So it's starting to come back.
Huh?
Metal roofs are coming back.
Well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he put them on in rolls. Roll roofs up on
Mm-hmm.
the top.
So he supplemented his income by doing roofing as well as farming. Do you remember how many animals he had?
No, I cannot tell you how many animals he had. 1, 2, 3. And of course, one of them was mine after a little bit. 4, 5, 6, I think maybe 7. 6 or 7.
Cows?
You had cows mostly and hogs.
Mm-hmm.
You had a couple horses.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have no brothers and sisters.
Oh, wow.
I'm a spoilt child.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Yep,
Where did you go to high school, Emerson?
same school,
Same school, huh?
All in the same building?
all in the same building.
Wow.
So did you graduate?
Yes, I did.
Did you go to the prom?
We didn't have prom.
Really?
Nope, we didn't have a prom back in them days.
Did you play any sports in high
I
school?
played basketball, and I played baseball. And I don't really know if I played another one or not. I don't think I really did. Oh, I played some tennis, but I didn't like that very well.
What year did you graduate, Emerson?
I believe it was 1940.
1940. There was quite a bit going on in the world in 1940.
Was there?
Yeah, there sure was. There had been a stock market crash in 1929 and
Yeah.
a big depression. And then there was kind of a lot of unrest in Europe at that time. Do you remember much about that?
No, I don't remember too much about that.
Do you remember when Pearl Harbor happened?
No, I don't remember Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
He's fibbing you. He's fibbing you.
You're kidding.
Did the
Yeah, I remember Pearl Harbor pretty well.
Where was you at when that happened?
I think I was between Hubbardston and Detroit, driving my car.
Uh-huh. kind of a car did you have?
Well, I like my Fords the best, but I happened to get a hold of a bad Ford, so I had a Chevrolet at that time.
Was that a good Chevrolet?
Well, whatever you want to call it good. I still went back to my Fords.
Did you?
What did you do when you got out of high school?
Well, what did I do?
Mhm.
Well, I went to Detroit to a baseball game down to my uncle's,
Uh-huh.
and I went to the baseball game, and then I got out, and he took me back over to his home, and I stayed at his home for several years, and he got me a job at Ford Motor Company, and I worked there for a little while. Then I kind of didn't like that too well, so I went to Stinson Aircraft, and I started
Okay.
working there.
What did you do there?
Welder.
Did they teach it to you or did you learn it?
I had to learn it, but they put me with these welders, but I still had to learn it.
Well, how come you lived with your uncle?
Well, because back in them days there was no work back around Michigan, or well, the lower part of Michigan, because everybody was broke.
Oh, your mother and father was still living then.
Oh yeah.
But he went to the big city of Detroit.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So how long did you work there?
I worked there till I got laid off, and that was probably about a year and a half. I'm not sure.
So when did you go into the service?
I went. I got it. Well, actually, I got inducted in, I don't know what the, in January I got, well, I can say I went in the 6th of February of 43.
Okay.
So you'd worked at Stinson Aircraft until then?
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. No, I was back at Ford's back then.
Went back to Ford.
Yeah, I went back to Ford's at Ypsilanti.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know when, don't ask me what date I went back there. I cannot tell you.
Okay, well, I won't ask you then.
All right.
So was that the big bomber plant?
That was a big bomber plant.
So did you get drafted? Or
Yes,
did you
I did.
enlist?
I did not enlist. I was drafted.
So what did you do as you was drafted? Tell us about the first day that you learned that you was going to get drafted. How did you get that letter?
Well, I got that letter through a postcard.
Yep. Got a postcard in the mail.
Got a postcard through in the mail.
What did it say?
And it said, "Congratulations."
We want you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. After you got congratulated, where did you go?
Well, I went to Fort, wait a minute. Fort Custer.
Okay.
And I was there 3 weeks. All at once we got shipped out to, well, what I call it, the hellhole of the Army.
Uh-oh. Where's that at?
Huh?
Where's that at?
Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. What do you holding your head about?
Oh, yeah, that was a bad place.
Was it?
Hot. Yes, yes. Fort Leonard Wood. Isn't that Marines in
No,
Fort Leonard Wood?
No.
No?
it's Army.
That's Army.
Oh. Thought there was Marines down there.
Well-
75th Division was there.
Well, Emerson, did you take your basic training then in Fort Leonard
I
Wood?
took 1 year, took my basic training right there.
Uh-huh.
And I stayed right there
You stayed there,
for 1 full year.
and they trained you to be a medic.
Medic. And they trained me to be a truck driver, an
Oh.
ambulance driver.
Okay.
So that's what I did too. When I got through the basics, I got onto an ambulance, and I was an ambulance driver.
All right.
And
So you was in Fort Leonard Wood until 1944.
nope,
Nope.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was 43. The end of 43,
All right.
December of 43, we went over.
And where did you go?
We went to England.
How did you get there?
Don't want to know, do you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we had submarines chasing us all the way across the river.
Really?
Oh.
That big river.
Oh my.
They kept telling us you got a submarine. Got a submarine out there.
Do you remember the name of the ship that you was on?
A little Louis Pasteur, a French boat that was taken away from out of an Italian port,
And it was converted to a troop.
converted to a troop ship.
Oh my.
And on your trip over, you was followed by submarines. Did you see any?
No, we did not see any.
But you heard a lot about
We
them.
heard a lot about them.
Did you get seasick?
And no, I did not, but I was about the only one that didn't.
That's because you was a medic at that time.
I don't know why, but anyway,
About how many men was on the ship, do you know?
I don't know. I know there was our outfit was the battalion that was on there, and there was a bunch of Canadian flyers.
Where did you land, Emerson?
We landed at, well, if I'm not mistaken, it was Liverpool.
Liverpool, England. You were stationed in England then for a while?
Yeah, we were stationed in England till seems like a whole year,
Mm-hmm.
but it couldn't have been a whole year.
What did you, where did you live there?
We lived there in a little old Quonset hut. When we
Did it
walked
have-
in, it was filthy.
Did it have dirt floors?
Well, that's what you thought you had till you got them cleaned up.
Did it have linoleum on the bottom?
No,
No?
no. We found the cement floors.
Oh.
They were dirty, weren't they?
They were dirty.
Yes,
Oh.
they
And I will
my.
tell you, you did not go out I'll take a leave anyway. We didn't go out until we had them floors all cleaned up.
Oh,
What do you use, shovels?
We used a shovel and we used everything we could do to clean them up.
Oh my.
I never seen such a mess.
How many guys were in a Quonset hut?
Well, I don't know, but I think just about the whole company, our company was in on it.
So how did they heat it?
We heated it with a little stove about like this, about yay tall. We heated it with coal, or mostly all coal.
Oh wow. So did it keep it warm?
Well, warm as it could keep it.
So Emerson, did you participate in D-Day?
Not exactly D-Day. We completed 11 hours after D-Day.
So you was in D-Day -1,
Yeah, what's what you want to
or
say?
+1, I'm sorry.
+1.
Yeah, D-Day +1.
Yeah.
And where did you go and how did you get across the channel?
Well, that's what I tell you. We was in the easiest place we could get into,
Okay.
Utah Beach, and
Oh,
where
yeah.
we went right up beside where they had their that they had pulled out. They pulled their artillery on and everything all out, and put them back up in, and scattered them in. I don't know where, but we had nothing.
So what was your job?
Just go up in there. We didn't have much of any job, but we had to get the land.
Oh,
Was you with an ambulance truck at that time?
Yes, I was.
did you pick up bodies or something? Or,
Nope.
no?
Went right straight on up through.
Did you see a bunch of them?
Well, you could see a few, but there wasn't very much there for us to see to do. There wasn't much there because, as I say, it was easy.
You was fortunate.
We was. And it seemed like every place we went, it was the same way.
You was, what, a day late and $1 short.
Day late and $1 short.
Well, that's just good because
But
they have
that's good.
Yes.
Yep.
So tell us, as you arrived on Omaha Beach and you went on up, where did you go?
First town we hit was St. Marie Iglesias,
Okay.
where the man was hanging from the steeple with a bell on it.
Oh,
He was
Oh.
hanging on that.
on the belfry rope?
Well, no, he wasn't hanging on a belfry rope. He was hanging there dead.
Yeah.
That was the American soldier.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't a German soldier, it was an American soldier.
Huh?
You say that was an American soldier that you found there.
They got killed coming down from the sky.
Parachuted down.
Parachuting. Okay.
Okay, yeah, all right. That must have been quite a gruesome sight.
I'm glad I wasn't up there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Was there a lot of people in the town there?
A lot of French. That's all there was in the town was French people.
None of the German soldiers? They'd got out of there. They skedaddled.
How did they treat you guys? Was they glad to see you or
Not really.
really?
The women hated us
Why was that?
because they loved the Germans.
Really?
So there.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the way I took it.
So where did you go from there?
Oh, golly, don't ask. Carentan, I think. Went up to Carentan. That was the next town.
So you was more or less the cleanup crew.
Well, wasn't really a cleanup crew. We didn't really do any cleaning up.
What did you do? Just go in there and
We just went in there and we'd be there waiting for a call to come into a battle.
did you ever go into a battle?
Never went into one.
So did you have to go and pick up anybody or?
We went in and picked up a few.
So where did
But
you
like
take
I
them?
say, I had it very, very easy.
Must have been.
Huh?
So So as you progressed on up toward Germany, how far up in there did you get? Did you get up to the Battle of the Bulge?
I was in the Battle of the Bulge,
Tell us about it.
but I cannot tell you nothing about it. We was sitting on the edge
Yes.
like we'd been all the way through.
Isn't that something?
I can
So-
tell you, the Almighty was with me all the way through it.
Yeah, you must have not only had the Almighty, you must have had a whole bunch of rabbit's feet or something.
Ah,
I don't know, but
Yeah.
what I say,
Isn't that something?
we had the easiest place to go through.
do you remember any particular instance where it was a little rough?
Well, I think it's all a little rough
Yeah.
when we'd be going up and back. Well, with a couple of bodies at times, we come pretty close to the German lines.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see any Germans?
Oh yeah,
What did you do?
not what can you do?
Run away?
What can a medic do?
Yeah, you can't do very much.
No.
No.
Well, you can pack them into the ambulance and haul them back.
We didn't do that.
You didn't take no prisoners?
No.
So how long did that last?
All through the war.
Isn't that something?
Yep.
I think you're funning us a little bit.
I'm not funning you one bit.
Really.
This is the way what we had to go through. We had nothing to go through.
Did you think you was lucky, or did you feel like you was cheated a little bit?
I don't feel that we were cheated. But I feel that we was very, very lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Very fortunate.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Very
Yes.
fortunate to go through the way we went through. I never expected to go through that way.
I'm
Now,
very glad you did.
I'm very glad we did.
Mm-hmm.
where was you at, Emerson, when you heard about the end of the war? Was you waiting to go into Berlin at that time, or?
Yeah, we was pretty close to Berlin. Well, we was waiting to go in.
Mm-hmm. You was waiting till the Russians went in
Yeah.
to take Berlin.
No, we was
No?
waiting. We was actually, I think we was in before, we could have been in a lot before we did.
Yes.
I think we could have been in for probably 3 weeks. But my worst part of that whole battle, the whole thing, was sitting 13 days out in the
Outer edges.
harbor to get off of the boat.
You was just sitting on the boat waiting to go in?
Sitting on the boat. We sat there for 11 days, I think it was, before we went in. Because we had to wait for the convoy that went out of Boston to come over there and meet us over there. Because we went over in about 3 days and something.
Oh, my. Did you have any more scares about submarines
We
and
had
stuff?
scares all the way over there. But that's the only scares we had.
Did anybody around you ever get hit?
Nope, there was nobody around us to get hit.
Your ship was the only one there?
We was the only one there.
I'll be darned.
So you didn't go in a convoy, you went alone.
We couldn't get to the convoy.
I see.
That's
Mm-hmm.
the thing.
Probably just as well.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't know how that boat ever held together going over there.
Probably if they'd have shot a torpedo at it, it would have fell apart just through the
I
shock.
think it would have.
So how long after the war ended did you come home?
Well, it was ended in August, I think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was home in Michigan at my home, mother's home, my father's home, December the 2nd, 1945.
December the 2nd. Okay.
We
So-
had 80 points, and how we got 80 points, I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad we've had 80 points,
That was enough to come home.
enough to come home.
So where did you come home? Where did you land at?
I
when you came
landed
back?
if I'm not mistaken, it's Fort Dix, New Jersey. And we shipped from there on the train. We come back to Camp Atterbury, Indiana.
Okay.
How was you treated when you came back?
Oh, we treated good when we got back. But we treated just like another soldier.
Mm-hmm. So how did you get from there to home?
I don't know, really. I can't tell you whether I got a bus home, train home, or how I got home.
Was there anybody there to meet you?
When you got home?
No, nobody around, nobody knew I was coming.
Oh. So what did your mother and dad do when you walked in?
Well, I think they more or less, I know my mother cried. My dad never cried over anything.
Oh, goodness. So what did you do once you got back?
Well, I guess I had a meal, and I think we all went to bed. It was about that time.
So in the meantime, did you ever meet a girl?
Over there,
Well, did you
Where?
have
I never met a girl that
nobody special?
nobody special.
What happened after you got home?
Oh, I started running around with the guys like the guys always do.
Uh-huh.
You go out and you drink and you
Yeah.
have fun.
Did you ever meet a special one?
Special what?
Woman.
Well, did I ever?
Did you ever get married
1944, I got married.
before you got out of the service?
1954.
Oh, okay. So tell us about that.
I just was, I was down at the bar. And this girl was in there with a girlfriend of hers that I knew from high school. But I just knew her, and I never cared for her too much.
That's not the one you married.
No, that's not the one I married. I married the one that was with her,
Uh-huh. So what was her name?
Dolores Wilkie. Dolores Gillespie Wilkie.
Okay. So what work was you doing then?
Well, when I got married, I got laid off out of Rio the day before I got married.
So you had a long honeymoon.
I had them.
Oh my.
You was working at Rio Motor Company at that time in Lansing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell us about your honeymoon.
What honeymoon?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went up through Michigan, northern part of Michigan, places I guess neither one of us had ever been. Come back down through Wisconsin,
Where was your wife from? Was she from
Indiana,
Indiana? Was she just up there
just for the weekend.
just for the weekend? Oh my. So after you got married, where did you go then?
Well, we wound up in, we wound up in St. John's. And then I got transferred out of Federal Mogul to Mooresville, Indiana.
Same company?
Same company.
So what did your wife do?
She worked for different places in Indiana. In Michigan too, in Lansing. She had 2 or 3 jobs in Lansing. She could have went to work for the state of Michigan, but she declined that one.
Did you have any children?
Had one.
Boy?
Yeah, he's a boy.
When was he born?
December the 6th. No, December 4th, 1955.
So a year after you was married.
What's his name?
His name is David.
David.
You might have heard of him.
Not that I know of, David.
How's that?
Well, because he worked for a lot of banks. He's a lawyer by trade, but he is not practicing law because what he took up was criminal law.
Okay.
And after he got going into school and got through school, the state of Indiana put him with another lawyer to get things that the guy wanted. And my boy says, I can't do it. He says, well, he done it, but he says, I don't like it. He says, I just don't like it.
Spying.
He says, I'm not going to do it. So he quit trying to be a criminal lawyer.
Okay.
He said, if the guy is guilty, and he says, I think he's guilty, he says, I can't defend him like I should.
Right.
So he backed out of it.
So then he went to work as a banker.
Well, with banks.
Mm-hmm.
What he is an estate planner.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
So where does he live?
He lives in Ann Arbor right now.
Oh, so you see him.
He's been all over Michigan.
Yeah. Do you see him very often?
I see him about every other week.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here for 1 year and 5 months.
Where was you living before you came here?
Florida.
Ah, that's a long way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. What part?
Lakeland.
Okay. That's over on the Gulf Shore.
Huh?
It's on the Gulf side, isn't it?
It's on the Gulf side, but it's not on the Gulf.
Yeah. Yep.
It's halfway between Tampa and Orlando.
Yep. Yep. So what was you doing down there?
I retired.
Really?
From Federal Mogul. I'll be darned.
What did you do at Federal Mogul, Emerson?
Well, I was quality control most all the time.
I've heard of those people.
Was your wife with you down there then?
Oh, yeah. We never went anyplace without each other.
So, where's she at now? She passed
Well,
away?
Huh?
Did she pass away?
She passed away May the 8th of 1998.
Oh my goodness.
So you've been alone since then? Mm-hmm.
So what brought you here?
Well, I had been in nursing homes in Florida, and I decided with the way we got treated, why stay down here when I says I could find someplace better, I think. And That's what I said. I started looking for someplace better than that.
When did you become a Mason?
1950, I don't know, but I think 1956.
Was anybody, how did you become one? Did somebody you know, was they a Mason?
Yes, I had Clarence Harder. Clarence Harder.
And where did you join, Emerson?
I joined in Humberston.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's a popular name, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We're gonna know it before this is over with.
Yeah, we sure are.
You might fall into the river down there.
Right.
Oh, my
knows?
goodness. So did you ever go through the chairs,
Yes,
Master?
yes.
What year?
66 and 67,
Aha.
Aha.
2 years in a row, huh?
right?
How many,
Probably I would have went in through more if I hadn't have been transferred out down to Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was transferred down there in 1970. And I worked down there till 1980.
1980.
1980, about 80, the end of 81.
You retired then?
so did you just belong to the Blue Lodge, or did you?
I went to the 32nd, I went through 32nd degree, and I went through
Scottish
the
Rite, yeah.
Shriners
Mm-hmm.
in Grand Rapids.
Mm-hmm.
But I went with I think I'm going to say the wrong side of the fence from Grand Rapids to, which I think I should have went to
Bay City or?
Bay City over by Saginaw.
Yeah.
Saginaw.
Saginaw.
Yeah.
Saginaw, Bay City. Bay City, I think.
Because those people over there, it seems like they had more fun. And all the people from that side of 27,
Mm-hmm.
and even a lot of them from the west side of 27, went to Grand Rapids.
Yes.
And I didn't know anybody I didn't know anybody over there.
Yeah.
And nobody over there had approached me, but one guy from the other side did.
Yeah. So you joined
so I
the
went
Solomon
there
Temple.
till I went to Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Indiana, and they wanted me to, well, I'm kind of funny this way. I knew every place I went to, every lodge I went to, they always wanted you to come in and sit. But the one I went to in Indiana wanted me to come in and work. I knew nobody.
Hmm.
So I just didn't go in and visit. And I
Okay.
never got another chance to come in and visit. I said, if you want me to come in, it's let me sit some night. I says, I'll do that. And then after that, if you want me to work, I'll work. But I never got the chance after that.
So do you go to any of them up here?
Up here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I go down here to Alma once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I went for 30 years probably without, well, I went for a while in Florida before I ever went into Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But went into Florida
Mm-hmm.
for 2 or 3 years before I came up here.
Okay.
How do you like it here?
How do I like it here?
Mm-hmm.
Where can you find one any better?
That's what I wanted to hear.
Why?
Well, I think this is a wonderful place. I mean,
It is.
we don't live here, but I mean, from what we've heard and what we get, see, they take wonderful care.
You get all the care that you want. You don't have to go out of this place. Maybe you have to go over here to the Gratiot Hospital if something is majorly wrong. Sure.
But they don't treat you like invalids. I mean, you can do what you want.
You can pretty well do what you want.
Food's
Yeah.
good.
But I know when I was in Florida, those people down there didn't want to do anything.
Really?
No.
Just vegetate, huh?
Well, just what?
Vegetate. Just do
Vegetate?
nothing. Yeah.
Well,
Just sit and grow in one
they
spot.
wanted to sit and growl.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Emerson, it's been a real pleasure talking to you today.
Yes.
Well,
By golly, and it's kind of interesting to find a medic that never did anything.
It's relief.
the only time I did it is when we went back. Well, we did it a few more times than that, but this is the worst one. Was a very good friend of mine. Was riding on a 2.5 ton truck going into a bivouac area, and the engineers had supposed to have been cleaned this place out, and when he got back so far and he had made a right turn, the driver did, and of course this guy was standing on the fender on the right hand side, and when the mine went off, and it blowed him right through from here to
Oh,
here.
wow.
Oh, wow.
So they
All
hit a
the way through.
landmine, huh?
Huh?
They hit a mine.
He hit a mine. The
Yeah.
truck driver hit a mine,
Now,
and he was all the way through here. You could look right through and see him,
killed him
Wow.
instantly then.
and he lived for 24 hours.
Oh, my
Wow.
goodness. Did you have a big red cross on top of your truck? And did they respect that cross?
Did they?
Uh-huh.
Mines? How can they respect that?
No, I mean, from up in the air and stuff.
Some do and some didn't.
So you got shot at a few times, did you?
Oh, we got shot at a few times.
Narrow misses?
Huh?
Narrow misses?
Well, whatever you want to call about.
Uh-huh. Anybody with you ever got shot or anything?
No.
You had a not a gory tour of duty then. I mean, you didn't get into the real
No.
Nitty-gritty
We're always
of it.
looking, well, what I would like to do is got in a little bit more activity. Not to get shot at, not to get killed, but I'd like to got in more to help people out.
Do you ever have any nightmares about when you was in?
Me have a nightmare?
Mm-hmm.
I never have a nightmare.
Really?
There's only one thing I have a nightmare of anymore is my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a while. It takes a while.
So you had a good marriage.
I did.
Yeah.
I had
that-
44 years of a good marriage.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to give it up.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah. We both went through it, so know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, my wife told me before she died, she says, I'm going to haunt you. And believe me,
She has.
she has.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, it's been a wonderful experience talking to you, Emerson.
So you can see some of us people went over there and got through, and we was awful lucky.
Yes, you were.
Yes.